So excited to just get so many wonderful people together. I've had, the privilege over the last year or so, and for some folks, longer, to really get to know the Manchester community and all the incredible people in it. And it just made me so optimistic. Seeing our student leaders, seeing our community leaders, and just how bought in they are to improving this wonderful city has been so rewarding to see. And so I'm going to give a quick overview of our next hour together here, and we'll also quickly share why we're here, and then we'll turn it over to Mayor Rouet in a minute here. So Project Happy was founded. I grew up in Derry, so a couple towns over, and was fortunate enough to grow up volunteering. My folks had really gotten me involved. And, went on to UNH and, same thing, got involved in club leadership. And it's been something that's made such a phenomenal positive impact in my life. Giving back, getting involved, meeting incredible people, and solving problems together. And so we had this crazy idea to try to get, a younger generation involved in service. And you look at the statistics, the average volunteer of a nonprofit here in New Hampshire is 60 years old. So there is this generational gap that exists, but we're optimistic, right? We are Project Happy and excited to kind of bring an optimistic bent, use modern technology to connect us instead of to disconnect us, and have just been so grateful to the Manchester School District in particular and all the wonderful leaders across the city to partner on this incredible initiative to get more young people in Manchester meaningfully involved in our communities, and a huge shout out and kudos to the students for making that happen. And so, quick overview, we'll have Mayor Rouet come up on stage and join us. He's been an incredible partner in the mayor's office, and we're very grateful for their support for all of this, positive energy that we've brought into the city. Former mayor and longtime principal at West High School, Bob Baines, who's been an integral supporter to the Manchester Youth Service Movement, will come up after. We'll have some presentations from our Project Happy student leaders who've done an incredible job spreading the word in our community. And we'll have some actually announcements and some specific awards that we'll be giving out to some high-achieving students, some of who are here today, and I know a couple more that will be coming in a couple minutes. And then with that, we'll have Amy Courage and Manchester Proud, who we've partnered with on this event, to announce their scholarship winners. So with that, I'll bring up Mayor Rouet.
I think what Jack meant to say was 60 years young, right? Yeah. Thank you so much. This is such an incredible turnout, and the work that you guys have already put in has just been so amazing and heartwarming to see in our city. About a year ago, Jack came into my office and started talking about the potential to launch something like this in the city. Was it about a year? During the summer last year? Yeah. And I was floored, first of all, by his energy, which is so apparent to anybody who meets him, and his excitement and enthusiasm for getting young kids involved. And we started just sharing some stories back and forth. And for me, when I was in high school, when I was in college, one of the most important things that I did was get involved in my community and start volunteering and learning through internships, through volunteer opportunities, what I wanted to do, but also importantly too, like things that I wanted to check off my list as having done and decide that I wanted to go in a different direction. So it was really informative for me to get involved because I learned a lot of what my ultimate passions would be in public service, helping people with addiction, mental health issues, homelessness. That's what really grabbed me. So those early formative years when I was volunteering, I learned early on what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. And so when he started talking about volunteering within the community and putting thousands of hours in and working with the nonprofits in the city, I was floored. And I said, it just sounds like such a fantastic opportunity. And the fact that in the very short time that this has been going on, that over 1,000 hours have been volunteered within the city of Manchester with over 30 nonprofits, we were just talking on the phone, over 30 nonprofits, that is amazing. One of my favorite quotes is, service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. So I think we all have an obligation. We all have a responsibility to give back to our communities that have done so much for us. And the fact that you all are involved to this degree and this level, it warms my heart. But truly, it is who we are here in the city of Manchester. When there is a need, we step up, we stand up, we help other people. And it's incredible to see that is going to continue on into the future through this amazing initiative and program. So if you all want to give yourselves a round of applause, please. Thank you. Truly, it sounds like a cliche, but that ripple in the pond effect of helping one other person, of saying something nice to another person, of picking up a piece of trash, that ripple in a pond effect has a massive difference. I spoke to a charter school yesterday morning, a bunch of fifth graders, and they were saying, how can we get involved in the community? And they had already done it. They had requested of me that we bring over some the blue bins, the recycling bins. So they just started a recycling program at this little charter school on the west side. They had volunteered to, everybody went into their closets at home and found some winter gear that wasn't being used anymore, and they donated it to families in transition. So they were already making a difference at 11 years old in the community. So the idea that we can work with some of our youths to make a difference in the future is it's incredible. So I just, as the mayor of the city of Manchester, on behalf of the city, I just want to thank you all for your efforts, and it's a privilege to be able to serve as mayor when we have such incredible citizens in the community that want to do good and help others. And with that, I will turn it over to former Mayor Bob Baines, an epitome of a life of, sorry, I'm going to say something nice first before you come on up, but the epitome of a life lived in service to others. Served in the Army, served in the, what was it? So Bob was kind enough to swear me in when I became mayor.
I didn't swear.
Yeah. Not in front of people, but behind the scenes, I think we were using some choice words. But Bob was kind enough to swear me in. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, that day that you swore me in was the 50th anniversary of you getting sworn into the school board. Yep. So you're talking about an individual who served in the Army, served in the school board as he was growing up, then went on, obviously, for 30 years to be over at Manchester West. He was in the band in the Army, and then ultimately moved on to becoming mayor. But talking about a life lived in service to others, it's a privilege to turn it over now to former mayor, current school board member, Bob Baines.
Thank you. On the stage, I'm having some balance issues and some back issues, so I'm going to talk from here. But the irony is, on January 28, 1999, on this stage, I announced my candidacy for mayor of Manchester to a full house. And so every time I come into this hall, I remember that I had the privilege of having my children and my wife introduce me and say things that you only expect to hear when you're dead. So I get to listen to those tributes. So this is a very special place. So I'm here to talk just briefly about Project Happy and volunteerism. I ran for the school board when I was 23 years old, just out of college. The seat I occupy now, and I lost. I think I came in sixth. I ran a second time, I came in second. I said, well, I'm not going to give up. I ran a third time, and I got elected. So I was committed at a very young age because I was inspired by a former mayor in Longhill. Doesn't mean anything today. But he ran for mayor, and I knew my daughter, my sister and her daughter went to dance school together. And I said, wouldn't it be cool to know the mayor of Manchester? And as an 8th grade student, I got inspired and actually set a goal when I was in the 8th grade that someday I was going to be mayor of my hometown. And there's nothing better than public service. The mayor will tell you that the job of being mayor is a terrible job in many, many ways. Because you're dealing with politics of the way it is today. It's a lot worse than when I was mayor. But there's a lot of antagonism. You have to make some very bold decisions, and you're going to please some people and check off a lot of other people. But the best part of being mayor is coming to events like this, welcoming people to the city, going out and doing community service with people. It's a wonderful part of the job. I had a person on my transition team. He was a CEO of president of the bank, and he came to see me one day. He said, how do you like being mayor? I said, it's a really tough job. He said, well, when you're a CEO, 70% of your job is so tough. So go out and enjoy the 30%. So that's what the mayor's doing today. And that's why community service is so important. My quote is this: the most precious gift that you can give is the gift of your time. And it's so important. When I was a principal, I worked with such a wonderful teacher. Her name was Carolyn Soma, and she was a student council advisor. And we just developed so many opportunities for students to go out into the community. Our biggest target for community service was, at the time, the homeless shelter, New Horizons. And West High School became the largest benefactor to New Horizons. And we would have food drives. Every organization in the school would contribute. And on the day before Thanksgiving, the winning homeroom that had brought in the most canned goods, we would bring that group over to New Horizons so they could see the needs of people in the community. And it had a profound effect on a lot of people. And we would take the entire student body, 2,000 students, by the way. We did it every year for a year to go out and do community service. Imagine the logistics of trying to do something like that, even today. But we try to instill that sense of giving back to others, because those of you who have done volunteerism, when you do it, it gives so much back to you, doesn't it? It makes you feel really good, especially when you're helping people that just are inspired that someone would take the time to help them, whether they're a young child or an older person that needs somebody to just visit them and say hello to them. And those are the types of things you can do. Go to the Boys and Girls Club. Anytime I go there, I'm inspired by what this organization does in our community. It's just profound. Or if you deal with organizations like Families in Transition, or work that goes on in our senior center on the west side, that place becomes a home and people go in and work with people with socialization and just making them feel welcome in the community. So Project Happy is happy. It's a happy thing to do. Every time I meet Jack Hoffman, I'm happy. We had lunch today. And when he came before the school board and made a presentation, I said, I gotta get involved with this young man. Because he represents, he's 25 years old. Think about this. And in college, he came up with this idea. He's an entrepreneur at heart. To do something like this, to give back to the community. And he's inspiring a movement that eventually will be statewide. It's taking hold here in Manchester, and I know Jay Lucas's vision is to bring it nationwide. And I think there's an opportunity to do that. So thank you for what you're doing about giving back to others. Make it a way of life. Here I am, 50 years later, I said to my wife, I'm chairman of finance and facilities. And yesterday afternoon, I said to my wife, I have to go to a meeting tonight, you know? But somebody has to do it. And if you can't get good people that really care about the city, really volunteer to take these jobs, the city does not move in the right direction it needs to. If people go out and serve for their egos or whatever that might be, but if you go to serve because you know your community needs people that really care about the people in our city, the children, the older people, the people in the neighborhoods, the immigrants, the refugees that are coming in search of the American dream. You know, I used to do work with the International Institute. I used to raise money for them every year and do things like help locate relatives in refugee camps or provide clothing for people when they went for job interviews, provide furniture for their apartments, and just help them feel welcome in Manchester. That's what volunteerism does, and it impacts you in such a profound way. It's going to impact you for the rest of your lives, and you're going to spread it to others. And if we all do that, we're going to have a happier community than we've ever had. So thank you, Jack, for what you do with the support of Jay Lucas, and it's an honor to be in your presence. Thank you very much.
My name is Kendra Bostic, and I have a background in school social work, and I currently work in experiential learning, social emotional learning. And when I think of high school and what high school students need and deserve, it is leadership and service, helping them get into the community. And so when Jack asked me if I would support with the Student Ambassador Program, I was absolutely thrilled. I feel like this is one of the most important things that our students could do. And when I took on the job, it became an even bigger joy than I could have imagined to get to meet the students who shared with me from the beginning exactly what former Mayor Baines is talking about. So I led the Student Ambassador program. We started with interviews. In the interviews, students came in with so many different things that they were doing. I think there was a real reciprocity. Many of the programs they were already involved in became a part of the Project Happy ecosystem, and we were able to see them really grow and bring this program to all of the students in the schools across Manchester. We were able to create a really wonderful program, I think. They were able to get to meet Rajesh Nair, who is on the State Board of Education, who shared with them around different ways to innovate. They also got to meet Frederick Bramante, the former chair of the State Board of Education. And today you get to meet these representatives who are going to share about some of the wonderful things they did in their schools. So the order for you guys to know is that we will first have Memorial High School students, then Central High School, then Derryfield, and then Manchester West will present. So I am welcoming up Jeremiah Gomez and Brianna Santos to the stage. And Jeremiah is one of our superstar project ambassadors. He has achieved over 100 hours of service in the past, 5 months?
Yeah, 5 months, yeah.
In the past 5 months. And Brianna has also been an incredible rock star, and they are going to share with you a little bit about their experience with Project Happy so far at Memorial High School.
Ooh, good afternoon, everybody. Here at Memorial, we've advocated for Project Happy for actually quite some time. And in fact, I think we've done great success. By cooperating with nonprofits and teachers, we promoted Project Happy and accumulated more than 150 hours at our school. And personally, what I think is that if we promote more Project Happy at our school, as well as the Manchester School District, we'll then be able to eventually promote this across the state and more across the Manchester area. And I'd just like Brianna Santos to speak, if she mind.
So for what we've done for Memorial for Project Happy is we've tried to work with different organizations, like I know Andy knows about Key Club, trying to work and get the students in Project Happy, get the ambassadorship from Project Happy to work with the students and really get the out-of-school volunteer hours and like show different perspectives around the school. We've had announcements where it's directing people to Project Happy volunteering opportunities, as well as seeing me or Jeremiah as point people to ask about it. We've had a thermometer. We just finished the thermometer to show the amount of hours that we've gotten as a school and as like a community, and giving different perspectives to other people of why they should start volunteering and how we can work as a school to get those volunteering opportunities out to them.
Other than that, we'd like to thank Project Happy for actually enabling this opportunity for Manchester Memorial High School to promote more volunteering within our community. So thank you, everybody. Thanks so much.
And you can see just what wonderful energy they brought to our team. So thank you, Jeremiah and Brianna. Next we have Central High School with Miss Menti Baela. Welcome, Miss Menti. Just to share with folks some of the different amazing projects, why you got involved, and any other messages you want to share.
Yeah, so my name is Menti. The reason that I joined Project Happy is because of the opportunities that it offered me. I've always liked volunteering and helping people, being more connected, more involved. And at first I joined Key Club, but at Key Club I couldn't get those many opportunities because it was only when I was invited to do something. But when I heard about Project Happy, I thought this is perfect for me because I can get to volunteer the days that I'm available to, and I can help, And my favorite memory volunteering was once I went to Beach Street, where I think they give food every Saturday, each morning, and I was able to give food to people, and people were very kind. They smiled at me, and I smiled at them, and we joke. and it was just so fun and perfect for me. I like Project Happy, and I would like to introduce more people to it. I would like to, because I know there are many kids that are interested in volunteering and wants to be more involved, and I would like to spread in the message and help them know about it.
Amazing. And Project Mentee got, so the student council.
Yeah, we have plans for next year and the next school year with student council to spread the message and let them know about Project Happy.
Yep, she just shared with me yesterday. So she's done incredible work to bring this to her school. I know that some of her advisors, her assistant principal, are so proud of her. So thank you, give a hand. All right, and next we have our Dairyfield High students. So we have Megan Chu, we have Anna, and we have Audrey Barker, who are here today to share about all of the work that they have done at Dairyfield.
Okay, hi, we're the Dairyfield team. I'm Audrey. I'm Anna.
And I'm Megan.
And we're happy to have exceeded our goal of 500 hours this year. And some of the activities we did were a lot of students went to the Winter Olympics, Winter Special Olympics games, which got a lot of hours for us. We did tutoring for elementary and middle schoolers at the Center for New Americans. We did face painting at the Families in Tradition Walk Against Hunger. Do you remember any others? Yeah, I think those were some big events that we did. My favorite event was the Families in Transition Walk Against Hunger, because it really showed me what it's like when a full community comes together to support a good cause. Like, there were walkers and volunteers of all ages there, and it was really fun. Like, we went and face painted, but there were so many memories I have from there. Like, one time I was painting somebody's face, and I look over and all my friends are up on stage doing the cha-cha slide in front of everyone. And then during the walk, me and my school librarian ran the whole thing because we wanted to catch up with everyone else. So yeah, I just have so many memories from there, and I can't wait to go back next year.
My favorite volunteering event that I did was like every Tuesday and Wednesday we would go to the New American Scholars, and we would tutor little kids that were like new to America, and I enjoyed it a lot because it was really rewarding to like help kids that needed help in English and like math and everything, and it was just really nice to help kids. And one of my favorite memories is also the same as Audrey's. It was the FIT Walk Against Hunger, and it was very moving to see like, how you can see like all people from Manchester or even outside of Manchester come together with different backgrounds, different stories, different ages, just to all help one movement, or like to help people get more food, or like just people who go to bed hungry. And it was just a really interesting opportunity to see how even like just like one event, how so many people can come together and help change one thing.
And service to me really just makes me feel connected to my community. Like I've made so many friendships through this ambassador program, and I'm really grateful for all of those connections. And also, like, community service just makes me feel genuinely happy when I'm doing it. It's nice to be putting in hard work, not because I have to and not for money, but because I know it's for a good cause.
Yeah, same. I just feel like it's really rewarding to help people in need, and it makes you feel good about yourself. So if you ever want to volunteer, I really recommend it. It doesn't hurt. It's genuinely like one of the best things I've ever like gotten myself involved with. Yeah, so I've always enjoyed volunteering, and it's just a way for me to connect with others and to contribute to something larger than myself. And I feel like at the end of the day, throughout like my entire work with Project Happy, it just like reminded me that even the smallest, like simplest acts of service can really spark hope within the community. So thank you.
Thank you.
And I also want to recognize, so a couple students who couldn't make it from Dairyfield were Samhi Maradapu, Sophia Koshi, and Pratham Barun. From Manchester School of Technology, there are 3 students that were not able to attend: Lisbeth Santos Lajos, Rihanna Smith, and Asmita Tamang. They've done an amazing job. Lisbeth actually recruited Rihanna and Asmita, and in the past month they've started a club at their school for volunteering. I think some of their inspiration was also from Sailor and some of the work that she's done at West. But they have just done an amazing job and are really excited for next year and the summer. So our final presentation will be by Manchester West, Sailor Millie.
Hello everyone, my name is Sailor Miley. I'm from Manchester West and I'm excited to share a little bit about my volunteer experiences and what I've learned over the past few months. One of my favorite parts about volunteering with Project Happy was getting to work with different organizations within Manchester. I really loved volunteering at the pre-summer event where I helped make it happen, and I had the chance to connect with many of the children of our community. It was inspiring to see how everyone came together within Manchester to make the event successful. Additionally, I organized a powder puff football game at my school, which was a fun way to bring students together and promote school spirit. I also participated as an actor in a mock car crash event before prom, which was an important event because it helped raise awareness about preventing drunk driving. I believe these activities not only made a difference, but also taught me the importance of community and responsibility. Looking ahead to next year, I'm excited to continue volunteering and finding new ways to give back to our community. I think there are so many opportunities within Manchester, and it is a fun way to make a positive impact, and I can't wait to see what we all accomplish together. Thank you.
Other students from Manchester West who weren't able to make it today include Amar Sahik, Luke Alman, Tsuina Wilson, Julie Langois, and Wad Mohammed. I think the other people that are really important to include with the student ambassador movement are all of the educators. I know that our students loved getting to work together with you and team up with you, so we thank you all for all of your work with the students this year.
It's been so rewarding to just see, you have to hear from some of our awesome ambassadors and all the terrific work they've done. But I just really commend them for, for stepping up in a new program and for just, bringing so much positive energy into our communities. And they've done such a terrific job. So I'm so proud of all the awesome work that they've done. I'm going to give a quick recap here, and then we'll bring Elaine, our executive director, up for announcing some of the awards. So, fitting the end of school, you got to have a report card, right? So, we did reach over 1,000 hours of service, well over 1,000 hours of service in just a few short months, which, very proud that we were able to do that. We've partnered with over 55 Manchester nonprofits. It's incredible the variety of the different nonprofits. Many of you in our community are well aware. There's just so many groups doing so many incredible things. And so for them to really, have a meaningful way to meet, our amazing young people has just been, so exciting to see that progress in action. You got to hear some of the highlights of the awesome work the ambassadors have done in the schools. Of these progress thermometers, Dairy Fields was 7 or 8 feet, 8 feet high of progress thermometer, where everyone who walks in the school can see all of the incredible progress and be motivated to do more. Students, went on announcements and announced all the incredible volunteering events that came up over the next couple weeks. So it just has been so cool to see, really the entire community buy into this movement that we have. And something else that I'm really proud of is that there's been so many first-time volunteers through this program. There's so many, young people who didn't volunteer. It's kind of a high barrier to have to call around and find different opportunities, but through this platform that, we've been able to bring to Manchester in partnership with the district, we've been able to lower those barriers so that young people can have a really, easy way. They, download an app and then they can see all, dozens and dozens of opportunities that are near them, that are aligned with their passions, and that you're able to be under 18 and volunteer at. And so it's just been terrific to see, all of that come together and, really lowering the barriers for our young people to get involved. And so looking ahead to next year, before Elaine comes up and shares some of the celebrations for this year, we're really excited about continuing to expand this program across all of the high schools in Manchester, which we've already partnered with, and there's representation, I think, from every school today from administration, so grateful for you all coming to kind of celebrate the end of the year here. We're looking at doing an incredible event at the SNHU Arena down the road with all of the high schools and getting them together in one room to all hear about service. Of course, we've already, I've personally had the privilege to go speak to 1,500 Manchester high school students over the last year, which has been terrific. And having this, incredible event where we're able to, accelerate, the movement and really kick off next year, I think is going to be incredible. And very excited for that. We're excited to continue to work with more nonprofits. We do have already 55 nonprofits as a part of this project, but there's a lot more in Manchester, and we're really excited to continue to work with more incredible nonprofit partners. And of course, we're looking to try to bring more opportunities to our students, whether it be scholarships, internships, and as many of those pathways as we're able to help provide for our young people. And the vision that we have, a shared vision with Mayor Rouet, with folks across the district, is there's about 4,000 high school students in Manchester. If we can get each student in Manchester to volunteer an average of 5 hours over the course of a year, that's 20,000 hours of service that will be, injected into our local community. And I don't think that that is an impossible goal. I totally think that, we've proven, the way that the students have really bought in this incredible program and our administrators have bought into this program, I think we can do it. And really, looking into next year, if we're able to have that North Star in mind, every student doing an average of 5 hours. Of course, we have some students here who've done much more than 5 hours of service, which we're so proud of. But I think we can really have a terrific movement, both here in Manchester and also with the 12 other high schools across the state who've asked us to bring the program to their school. And so proud of everyone here who's been a part of this, and even the folks who weren't able to be with us today, of just how far this, this movement has come, and, so excited to carry it on in the future. And with that, hugely excited to celebrate and invite up here someone who has been really the driving force behind the scenes of all of the work that Project Happy has done, working with our nonprofits, coordinating students late at night when they have, a sign-up issue or something like that. Elaine Haney, our executive director, has done an incredible job of making this thing come together, and just am so grateful to her and all the incredible work she's done for our community, and would like to invite her up now.
Walking heels anymore. So yes, we've talked a lot about what's happened in, like Jack said, a very short amount of time. It's really only been since March 1st. And when you start a marketplace like this, you start at zero. And so it was like, oh good, we got a match. We got 5 nonprofits, we got 2 roles in the system, and we've built it up to the point, like Jack said, where we have over 50 nonprofits posting over 100 teen-appropriate roles continuously, because as you can imagine, they age out and they need to be refreshed. And so very grateful sort of for everyone on all sides of the ecosystem that have made it happen. And I'm going to start out with Jeremiah. So first of all, we told everyone when we launched this that we had a grand prize. So in March, we said anyone who got 75 hours or more would get either lunch. Mayor Rouet was very generous to offer lunch with him, or Jack knows Duncan Robinson, an NBA star, who offered to have coffee. So we sort of threw that out there, and you'd get school credit. And so as I was watching online, and a few kids would sign up. All of a sudden one night, like some kid had signed up for like 20 roles. I'm like, who is this kid? He was like going as a force. And so Jeremiah has been a force for his school and for Manchester in general. He's volunteered, as Kendra said, over 100 hours, and he still has 20 more roles that he signed up for over the summer. So I'm sure it will far exceed that, but congratulations, Jeremiah is our #1 student. Amazing work. And I am very lucky because I work with all the nonprofits, and I get to hear them come back to me and say, oh, this kid was so great. And every single nonprofit that worked with Jeremiah couldn't say enough good things about the work he did. So very grateful for all you've done, and congratulations. And you will get your, I believe you want to have lunch with the mayor. So is Jess Avalon here? No? Okay, so Jess Avalon also, she did 75 hours, and she's from Derryfield, and so she has chosen to have coffee with Duncan Robinson. And then is Evan Roberts here? Evan. So Evan is 3.5 hours from 75, but he has 4 hours of work scheduled before school ends next week. So we're calling it that you're a grand prize winner. So congratulations. I know he's done tons of work within Manchester as well as down in Nashua, coaching basketball at the YMCA in Greater Nashua. So congratulations, and thank you for all your work. And so I'm just going to announce the rest of the list. So we invited any student who had accomplished over 15 hours to come today, and that we would be announcing their names. So I'm going to announce the rest. These are from the most hours down to 15. So Pratham Gurung, who is from Derryfield and one of our student ambassadors. Sophia Koshi from Derryfield, also a student ambassador. Sophia, you're? No? Okay. If you are here, please stand up when I call your name. Isabella Mayu from Derryfield, Gemi Pham from Derryfield, Dina Adhikari from Derryfield, Rihanna Smith from MST, Meredith McWilliams from Derryfield, Jackie Fanberg from Derryfield, Ashwini Gurung from Derryfield, Connor Bradley from Derryfield, Ellie Shine from Derryfield, Sailor Miley from West, Lizbeth Santos Lajos, who I know we said was not here. She is also one of our student ambassadors, Brianna Santos from West, Audrey Barger from Derryfield, Samuel Kellner from Derryfield, Brigitte Samantha Reyes Garay from Memorial, Menti from Central, and Kalia Carasquila from Central. So, great. Glad you're here. Great job. So that is everybody. Is Amy up next?
Yes. Amy Crawford, Manchester Proud.
Yay.
Well, we get the exciting part of giving out some money, so I think everybody always enjoys that. So, thank you all for being here. My name is Amy Kiraj. I am the Executive Director of Manchester Proud. We are excited to be up here. I am joined by Katie LaBranch and Steve Teal, who serve as members of the Manchester Proud Council. This is our 4th annual Student Volunteer Awards. We have been doing this, well, clearly for 4 years since the 4th annual, but we had the most applicants this year that we couldn't actually decide on just 4 winners. So we are excited to have 7 winners this year. Not everyone could be here, and we know that, but volunteerism is near and dear to the heart of Manchester Proud. We began 100% volunteer. Many of you in this room may have been involved in that. I know a certain Mr. Baines was deeply involved in it, so thank you for the beginnings of this. We were founded on volunteerism. I was the first employee hired nearly 4 years ago, but we are still deeply embedded in volunteerism. We believe that it takes a village and a community to come together to help support all of our students across the city. So with that, we are excited to be presenting these awards today. For those that could be here, we'd love to have you join us on stage. These awards are for volunteerism, and we wanted to make sure that we always do that, and that is focused on that, because we know there's a lot of awards out there that students can get. But for this, we want to acknowledge that volunteerism is so critical to, as you've heard today, the success of a community. So thank you all for everyone who did participate in this. We are thrilled and we appreciate it, and we had a hard time just choosing 7. So with that, Congratulations to the awardees. Lauren Halley from Central High School, class of 2026. Come on up. They got the money for you, so they're the good ones. Yusuf Al-Kahani from West, class of 2025. Congratulations. Nordo Noor from Central, class of 2025. Andy Pham from West, class of 2025. Oh, I'm so sorry. From Memorial, I knew that, my bad. Still class of 2025, so very excited. Jonathan Reyes Santos from MST, class of 2025. Thank you, I know, we really are in place here. And then I don't believe Jenny Vaughn or Thomas Martineau are able to be here today, but we will get them. So thank you, congratulations. We appreciate all that you do for the community. And we look forward to seeing how successful you will be and helping to support Manchester and keeping us proud. Thank you. And back to Jack.
Yeah, nothing long for me. Just wanted to say I'm so grateful for all of you being able to make it. So grateful for all the wonderful people in our community. And we bought a bunch of cookies, so please go eat the cookies. Thank you all very much.